ladies and gentlemen.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a
We've been given the scientific knowledge, the technical ability, and the materials to pursue the exploration of the universe.
Broadcasting around the world.
3, 2, 1.
This is MindFaction Podcast.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
We're back again for episode number 3.
We are back, and we appreciate everybody for coming and joining us tonight. We really appreciate all the love we've been receiving with the podcast. And so we got Lev on the actual mic tonight.
There he is.
It's a little different.
Dustin Losey, he is MIA. I don't know where he may be, but hey, it's all good, bro. Maybe he'll catch up with us again here soon.
Hopefully.
There's a lot of topics going on today in the news. A lot of big stuff's going on with Gabby. You know,
Gabby Petito.
You know, I don't know if you guys had seen the body cam video the police officers released.
So I watched like a little 10-second clip. It wasn't much, and it just switched back and forth between them. I didn't.
Yeah.
The one I watched was the full video.
Wasn't it like an hour and a half long?
It was very long, and she seemed very distraught in the video. Like she just...
You know what I read?
I
read that like the police had assessed her as having a possible mental issue.
Right.
Yeah, she is supposed to be bipolar.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they might have picked up on that.
Right.
But I do believe there might have been some
Actually,
abuse going on there.
Let me back up and say I was told that and informed that. I don't know if that's an
You don't know if that's
fact.
true.
I didn't hear that from her doctor.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right.
But in the video, on the body cam video, she did say she had issues with OCD and stuff. And that they a lot of times would argue because she was cleaning up the van, and I guess something went south. I don't know.
But apparently they found her fiance Brian Laundrie to be
he has to be
pretty mentally stable, but hey.
Right. He seemed like a really chill dude in the body cam video. He seemed really laid back, but I mean, killers can be your next door neighbor and you never know it. So
I mean, look at some of your most famous.
Exactly.
I mean,
really. And you know, who knows what may have just popped off and happened. It could have been a big accident. Not taking up for this guy because he's in the wrong. But, you know, I did read that he's a person in question, not a suspect. There's a difference there. I didn't know.
Man, that blows my mind, man.
Well, we know that he returned home to Florida. Okay, so her remains were found in Wyoming.
Yep.
Okay, that's where they took their trip.
Yeah.
They were last seen, I think, in Wyoming together, right? There were eyewitnesses.
I believe it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't in that location. They were believed they were going to the location the last time they had seen, besides the YouTuber.
Yeah, right. So the fact is they did find her remains. They did assess that to be a homicide.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they said it was definitely a homicide.
He returned home without her.
With her van.
And then her parents, I think she lived in New York. Is that correct? And
I know her parents did. I think she lived with them.
But they didn't report her missing until 10 days after I think Brian Laundrie had returned home, which they wouldn't have known when he got home. When he got home.
Yeah.
So, but still though.
But he has her van.
Yeah.
He returned, September 1st? He returned without her, I think it was. Maybe. Or was that the date they reported? I can't remember. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah. He returned from the road trip without her on September 1st.
I mean, 3 days later, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah. Was it 3 days later?
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 days after she was reported missing. He was gone.
It could have.
I think it was 3 days after he got home.
He's eluded authorities no matter what, and you know, I feel his parents may have assisted him with that from what I was reading, possibly.
Yeah.
They're not really releasing any information. I mean, honestly, if you're not guilty, bro, that makes you look extremely guilty. Think about that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, damn. Like,
you refused to speak to the police on her,
no
That's
cooperation.
my point on why he's not a person of interest.
That's what I'm saying, like suspect and a person of interest. They said there's two different things. A suspect, there's different legal actions they have to take when you're actually a real legitimate suspect. I guess they may have a little bit more information on you. I don't know.
Yeah, but still at the same time, let's say you're a detective and you know me, like me and Kilby supposedly went out hiking.
Right.
And then I returned back in Kilby's truck.
I'm like, bro, where's Kilby?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And then they're like, sir, we need to know some information. You know, this man has been missing. He was last seen with you, and you're just like, hey, speak to my attorney.
Man, bro.
Yeah, like,
you know, that doesn't look sketchy at all.
Not at all.
You know, no sarcasm there whatsoever.
But you know, long story short, this is a very sad situation. She was a 22-year-old, I guess, a very promising YouTube act, you know, or a person on there, and who knows what could have happened. Did you see? My woman showed me a video on TikTok that was going around. I don't have TikTok personally, But there's these people that was documenting their road trip, and they caught what they thought was Gabby's van on the side of the road in their video. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't. No.
Yeah, and if they slowed the video down, it looks like 2 flip like sandals at the back of the van, and it almost looks like a guy in the field to the left when they come through there, walking.
Was that in the relative location of where they found her remains?
It was in Wyoming.
Well, now I know a YouTuber actually was editing his own video.
And that was it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that's it. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
It was backed into a tree line.
Man, you know what's crazy, the world we live in right now? Just think about this. Imagine you're in the 60s or 70s. I mean, everyone has a camera now.
Everyone has one.
Oh, you know, there's video cameras phones, everywhere.
Great cameras too, really.
Yeah. I mean, you literally cannot go anywhere, and it's both a blessing and a curse.
It is. It is,
man.
And
so, did you hear about the dispatch video where they called in and reported the domestic dispute?
I didn't hear that. But
from now, I'm going off. I listened to this like 3 days ago, and man, it's been a hectic 3 days. But anyway, so the 911 dispatcher was kind of a dick.
Really?
Yeah. So this person called in.
Slow it down.
And he was kind of like
taper it back a little bit.
He was kind of like, why are you calling? And they said, well, we want to report a domestic violence.
No, not to interrupt you. Is this when she was outside the gas station and smacked him, supposedly? And somebody witnessed that and then called in, and that's when they pulled them over?
They said he smacked her.
Oh, well, I heard she smacked him.
Okay.
Because he had marks on his face in the body cam.
Yeah.
Scratches.
Supposedly, from what I remember, they were like, we want to report a domestic dispute.
Yeah.
And the 911 officer was like, why do you want to report a domestic dispute? And they said, so we were driving down the road and happened to see this couple in a parking lot, and the male hit her. She started to run away, and he chased her down.
Now, this may have been a whole different
It might
situation.
have been. I don't know. But anyway, so like in the middle of this, while they're describing, so they're like, well, we've seen this couple in a parking lot. He's like, well, what about that's domestic? And they were like, well, that's what we were getting at. He chased her down and hit her, And
I didn't hear about that.
You know what's crazy, though? If this dude kills himself, or if he's already dead right now from suicide, I mean,
nobody's going to know.
Nobody will ever truly know what happened.
They really won't.
No. But yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy, man. I hate that for Gabby's family. Condolences from MindFaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got 2 daughters, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody did that to one of my daughters, they're dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find them.
I got one on the way, and I can't even imagine what I would do.
The news will pick out something like this almost every year.
Every year,
ever so often, they'll pick one case and they'll highlight it. They'll put, post it everywhere. Everybody's infatuated with these murder
killers
cases,
and
which coming up, guys, later in the episode.
Oh yeah,
our murder mystery segment. But anyway,
we'll plug that.
But yeah, like they'll pick one of these, but they happen everywhere all the time. We just pick one and we roll with it. And why that is, I don't know. But people are infatuated with this stuff, man.
Do you? Yeah,
well, that's
something in our psyche.
That girl in Tennessee, and I don't feel like that got the
the little girl. I can't remember her name.
We've had some cold cases around here locally.
Yes, we have. But I want to do, and this is bad to say. I know they're bringing like a nationwide attention to the case, probably. But are they capitalizing off of this?
Absolutely.
They have to be making money off
these
this.
Newsnet people are tuning into these news networks. They're wanting that tea, as people call it nowadays. You know what I mean? They want that information. They want to see what's new.
They do.
And they're capitalizing on this because they're like, man, what's hot right now? And it's always these murder mysteries, man. That's what's hot.
I wonder why that is. Like a lot of countries look at America as being straight violent as American people because we're in a lot of that stuff, and it's like a big part of our.
Look how large our population is, though, man.
Yeah.
This stuff's going to happen, and it doesn't happen as often as people like to make it.
I'm not talking about like really murders and stuff. I'm just talking about how people are so infatuated with murders and like Ted Bundy's case, or everybody's so we're just drawn to that.
Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Yeah, I mean, what draws us to that dark side? Is it something? Is it just the taboo of something?
I think
different?
It is. I think it is because it is so far apart from the norm, and we're fascinated with their the way they think, the way they operate.
Yep.
They're not. It's almost not human like.
Right. And I guess we were wondering what makes them tick. You know what I mean? Like what makes them.
What makes a killer? And we've always wondered what it's like maybe to kill somebody if you haven't, you know?
Yeah. Come close to it a few times.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but I think that's pretty factual.
I do too. And, you know, these news networks really capitalize, like we were talking about, off all these cases, which is good because it does need nationwide and worldwide attention. But it's like you said earlier before we started the podcast tonight, it's like they single out certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people go missing. There's a lot of, you know, families that are suffering and need nationwide attention on their case also.
Yeah. Primarily the big thing is a lot of these cases that don't get mentioned, they don't have that mystery to them.
That may be it.
They may be solved fairly quickly. There may not be much to them in terms of like...
And bad to say, it might not have a good enough storyline.
Exactly.
And that's kind of sad.
That's what that's exactly what I mean.
I feel like that's what this one is. It doesn't really have a storyline at all.
Yeah, before my dad passed, I was looking into this.
Yeah, I think it was June 15th.
Yeah.
And her name was Summer Moon Utah Wells.
Yeah.
And she was last seen at her home on Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County, Tennessee.
Yeah. There were some weird things around that whole situation.
Yeah, she's 3 foot even, 40 pounds, blonde hair, and blue eyes.
And they never found her yet?
No, they still haven't found her.
Man, how can you hurt a kid?
I don't understand that.
Let's take it there for a minute. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to. Okay, I'm gonna switch up and not use profanity, but I want to wear mine out sometimes.
Well, I mean, that's different.
But I can't imagine actually hurting him. Like,
well, I'm just talking about like, yeah. I mean, you got to correct your children, you know. And sometimes I don't do that enough with my kids because where they're girls, I feel like I'm gonna hurt them or something, you know. And they just look at me with them big old eyes. But anyways, I'm just saying, what, you know, we're gonna take it to this point. Okay, we'll lock a child molester up if you are 100% evicted and known to molest a child sexually. There's no rehabilitating your mind. In my mind, there's no rehabilitating somebody's mind that does that. That is a mental disorder that honestly I feel you should be put to death for. That's just the way I feel about it. And I mean, you can rehabilitate drug addicts, drug dealers, murderers. You can end up killing somebody. Shit gets hot. In the heat of the moment, you kill somebody. You have a conscious regret about that.
Right.
But a child molester, a kid turned you on, something is wrong with you, dude. Like mentally,
absolutely,
you need to go. We need to just X that out of our whole genetic structure in the future. Breed that out of that shit.
I agree 100%. I mean,
100%.
Like you said, you know, there's no there's no true rehabilitation from that. Once you have made that decision and you have crossed that line as an offender,
I'm telling you,
you know, you're going to do it again.
You're going to do it again.
What's going to keep you from doing it again? What's going to keep you from having those thoughts that you apparently had prior to offending? Yeah. So, you know, what?
That's like an almost primeval animalistic thing that's programmed in your mind or something. I don't know. There was a genetic flaw somewhere down the line of your family heritage or tree that something happened. And I don't know where that comes from because that ain't like something. I don't think you can train yourself to do something like that.
Our ancestors used to do things. Specifically, the one that always comes to mind is the Spartans,
right?
Where if there was something genetically flawed with someone, now they took it to an extreme.
They did.
But from our perspective, and what you're trying to say, we may need to eradicate these individuals and to end that bloodline.
Definitely, because I mean, what's the sense of carrying some kind of, honestly.
Don't give these individuals the potential to reproduce and create another monster.
Because people can say what they want to say. That is a genetic flaw, and I feel like that's some kind of disorder in your brain that has passed through your DNA somehow. Not saying your parents was like that, but somewhere on down the line, 200 years ago, you might have had an uncle that was like that.
And that's not to say that two perfectly functioning individuals can't have a kid who may be flawed in that way.
True.
But if you eradicate that person and prevent them from reproducing and creating more individuals that may also have that mental disability,
it's less of a chance, you know.
Less of a chance.
I feel I'm not no scientist or a genetic scientist of any sort, but
I mean, is that extreme? That's an extreme take.
It is,
but I agree with you on that.
But I think it needs to happen. I mean, you're going to put these people in prison for what, 5 to 10 years, maybe. They're going to get out and they're going to think the same thoughts, no matter what you do to them.
They're going to be on some registry. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like even when you think of the people that are like, oh no, I won't do it again because I'll get caught. well, what happens when you don't get caught? You know what I mean? Like, you know for a fact you're not going to get caught.
And we're
Like,
just, well, yeah.
like people put a front on is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. And we're just going to take it here. It's some kind of weird sexual desire that they have. And honestly, it's very hard for people to control any kind of sexual desire that they have. I can look at my woman, I'm like, dang, I like it. You know what I'm saying? No matter, you know, you just can't program that out.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
in us.
it's a hormonal response.
Right. It ain't like an opinion you have in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'll get that.
But anyways, I know I got out there a little left field, but just speaking to kids and stuff.
Yeah, and just you were speaking on how could you ever harm a child? I
How
mean,
could you?
You know,
It's
I don't know,
sad, man.
That just runs right back to what you said. You know, it's a mental disability
Has
within
to be.
someone.
It has to be.
Would that make them feel like a bigger person to be able to harm a child, someone that's smaller than you? That
I wonder that.
couldn't inflict harm back on you.
Maybe it's the fact that they like where they're helpless or something, and like they're in control or something. I don't know what that is.
I mean,
I watch
maybe-
shows about that.
Yeah, you look at a lot of a lot of people that get bullied in school, once they find how they're dominant, you know what I mean? It triggers something inside of them. They like it.
Oh.
So I could say
I'm not used to this, you know. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
But you know, that's disgusting to me because I feel like as a man, you know, if I ever lacked in something, you know, like physically, I'm going to try to build myself in that area.
That's what we're supposed to do.
To be better.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to be dominated in anything.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
that's the alpha male coming out in us. You know, that's
Yeah.
just the way in societies, it used to be
That's
that
how
way.
men are supposed to be built.
It used to be that way. Now I'm going to take it here. This is a whole different subject and topic. These days, I feel back 100 years ago, naturally as a partner selection, you was wanting to get with somebody that looked strong. As a female would be searching for a man that looks strong, able to take care of the family. You know, wanted more of an alpha male. You got these days, man, you be seeing some cute girls running around with some guys that like they would have to fight somebody. Like the dude ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah.
Like if you're out at the mall and somebody smarts off to your girl, the girl's gonna have to fight the dude. You can't.
Yeah. No,
It's like,
dude,
damn.
I swear.
You know what I'm saying? We've talked about this before.
Exactly. And it's pretty sad if the only physically dominant thing about you as a male is the woman standing beside you.
Damn,
because
bro.
she's more dominant than you.
Damn, bro. And not saying we're better than women. We're not saying that. But naturally, it as a animalistic way, as far as
Human physiology.
Reproduction. Even animals select the strongest and biggest, the brightest color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to pass the genetics on it and make a better genetically molded
Just like look at
person.
lions, man.
Exactly. The manes, the
Most
bigger manes.
dominant male is going to come in. He's going to take over.
That's right.
And that's the way it is.
It is. But they ain't like that with humans no more.
I actually want to jump back to Gabby.
Okay.
I think that laundry dude, man, he looked small to me.
You saying he was a
Looked
beta?
kinda
He was definitely
scrubbish.
beta.
He looked kind of scrubbish to me.
I'm not
And I was
disagreeing. I was just saying what
man,
Lev's
he's
trying to say.
beta.
she's a pretty girl.
She was a very
what was
pretty
she doing
girl.
with him. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not.
Right. And he was definitely baited to do a woman that way. I
Oh
feel.
yeah, no, 100%.
But he was very soft spoken. It really blowed my mind just watching that body cam. I know we've been on the subject for a while. We need to move on, but watching that body cam, honestly, I'm pretty good at reading people. I wouldn't have thought he would have killed somebody.
Yeah, but dude,
But like we said earlier,
how do we not know that was just because there was an authority figure around and he knew he wasn't top dog?
that's true. But she was crying pretty bad when they opened that door. I mean, she wasn't hysterically in tears.
Really?
So I don't know. But Gabby, like we said, for Gabby's family out there, we hope you guys get closure, and we hope that they find out what really happened to your daughter. We hate that, you guys are going through this at MindFaction, and our biggest condolences go to you
Our
guys.
condolences. So we're going to switch this up majorly real quick to some world news.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so have you guys heard about what's going on with the U.S. and U.K. striking a deal with Australia, building them some submarines for their, their Navy? Have you heard about this?
Well, I caught a slight, I've been real busy this week, but I caught a slight little topic about that. I didn't read much into it.
Yeah. Okay, so basically Australia bailed on this submarine contract that they had with France, okay? It was a $66 billion contract. Instead, they chose to sign a contract with the U.S. and the United Kingdom. They're going to build them some nuclear-powered submarines. I believe that France was just going to build them some conventional submarines. Australia didn't feel like that was going to be sufficient for what they needed.
Almost like they're outdated.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so they decided to dismiss this contract outright. They just let them know, hey, I'm sorry for breaking this contract with you. And, so the UK and the US are trying to speak with France, letting them know, hey, Our relationship here is rock solid. Nothing between us.
I'm not stepping on your toes.
Exactly. Okay. Australia just wanted to work with us on this.
Right.
And we picked them up on this deal. So you have some other countries that don't like this as well. You know, France, you know, their embassy here, they had a 240th anniversary and they were having a gala there, which is like, you know, a ball. They decided to not have that. They had some
because of this.
Yes, they had some other celebrations going on, but their U.S. embassy here, the French embassy here in the United States, they showed a little bit of like, hey, you know, that ain't cool. That ain't cool with us.
It's petty though.
It is in a sense, you know, because it wasn't us. It's just business.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Are you going to buy a pair of cheap ass shoes or some good shoes?
Yeah, you got to
longevity.
You got to get what's right for you.
Well, and this is a big subject. I mean, this is a military defend your country thing. So we're going to roll with some subpar submarines, and dude's going to roll over here and smoke us real quick. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Well, the Chinese were ones that came up. They said that they felt that it was irresponsible due to its potential instability that it may cause in the Indo-Pacific region, and that it could intensify the arms race because of the nuclear technology that they're giving them. But man,
fuck China.
You know what I'm saying? And North Korea said the same thing. They criticized the U.S. decision. You know, they say they threatened with unspecified countermeasures if they found that it affected its country's security. But North Korea is always
okay. So what they're basically saying is we're mad because you guys are giving them a probably more superior sub than we have, and we feel intimidated.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Step your game up.
They're scared.
Go start some more COVID-19 or some shit.
Right. Oh, you're
fuck China, bro.
You're intensifying the arms right. No, what they're intensifying is their navy, so that way when you go to attack them, they're prepared.
I'm sorry for cussing.
What has Australia? What has Australia ever done?
Yeah, Australia's not like a really aggressive country. You know, they're not going to start some kind of damn worldwide war over something crazy. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Australia just wanted a refund on that 66 bill.
I mean, they were like, you know, and China's always trying to stick their nose in everything. They're just out for us, bro. Yeah. I think they're out to get us any way they can. They want some kind of conflict.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they can.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, China's more advanced than we realize on stuff. Yeah, and we feed them money like it's nothing.
I get that, but at the same time, we owe them so much, they're never going to get rid of us. You know what I mean?
Also, I want to bring this up as well. The United Nations General Assembly just took place, and I actually have not gotten to see any of the news on that, and I was kind of wondering how that speech went that Joe Biden gave.
I'm sure that was a choke.
Hey, listen, this is no joke, man. When President Trump...
I'm going to show you what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was.
They should have done that as soon as he got up there.
Exactly. Sorry, kid.
It probably was something along the lines of there was a school bus over here, and there's 76 lawmakers over here, and we're doing a great job, guys.
Yeah,
it was something stupid. I'm sure.
And we're really happy for the climate change. I got to go home, and then he probably just like walked off the stage.
I need another vacation.
I need to go golf again.
When I need to stand up for my country, I'm just going to pack my bags and hit a vacay.
Yeah.
You need to vacate that White House, bro.
For real. Need to vacate.
Roll out.
Vacate.
We don't need Biden. Look, I've been real calm about the Biden situation, but it is what it is.
You know, they said that when Donald Trump stepped up there to give his speech at the United Nations General Assembly, that he was met with resounding laughter during his speech.
Why is that?
I honestly wonder if there's not some type of little coup going on here with all these different nations, man. And they're all
being petty and shit.
They're just like, man, he ain't in with us. He's not one of us because he's not like a.
He don't want to be.
He's
either.
Not political. He's not.
I don't know.
That's just he's not right and the left, dude. I don't even feel like that's a Trump thing.
I got to bring this up too. So I also seen in the news in a couple of different articles saying that Biden was going to try to prove through his speech, prove to these other nations that America is no longer the America that was led by Trump. It's no longer a American first nation. I was like, what?
Dude, what?
And they put that in quotations, quote unquote, America first.
Oh my God. So okay, I get what he's saying. He's saying that, you know, when Trump was in office that we was just out for ourselves.
Yeah, we were sort of isolationist.
That's the way it should be.
America first. I was like, I'm like, if they need to take anything away from this, these other nations need to understand. Take care of yourself.
Tell me what other country's not going to do that?
Be self-sufficient. What's wrong with that?
Example. Who's Russia out for?
Yeah.
Herself. Who's China out for?
Who's hating on Russia? Who's hating on China right now? Everybody's worshiping them. They're like, look at Russia, look at China.
Know, man.
The U.S. is a disgrace. You know what it is, man? You know why they're hating on us so hard? We are the world leader.
We are. We're innovative.
We are what everyone looks to. We are the standard.
We are the standard. We're looking bad right now, but we are the standard we're supposed to be.
We're probably in one of the worst shapes we've ever been in, honestly, sadly, especially when regarding leadership. However,
oh my God, I'm telling you,
we're so far ahead of the game.
It's nuts.
It's nuts, man. And they hate us. You're going to have haters, man.
When you're doing good, you're going to have haters.
Yeah,
they're going to be lined up. I mean, we've seen that on smaller platforms around here.
No matter what we do, the other countries around the world, guess what they're doing? They're looking at U.S. news, and they're like, man, what's going on in the U.S.? Have you ever opened up a newspaper and wondered what's going on in Vietnam?
No.
You ever opened up a newspaper and wondered what's going on in Japan?
Nope. Which Japan's a cool country, I guess. They kind of keep.
I ain't hating on Japan. I'm just saying I don't really care what's going on.
And now that you led into that, this leads into another topic.
They were really hot.
SpaceX had they actually touched down Saturday. They sent their astronauts. SpaceX did a little launch, and I watched some of the touchdown and splashdown. It's real cool. But what I'm saying about SpaceX is I didn't realize that how bad Russia and China is trying to copy Elon Musk's stuff, man. Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah, he's leading through innovation.
I'm telling you.
Actually, as a matter of fact, wasn't the spacecraft named the Inspiration?
I'm pretty sure it was.
We're inspiring.
That's badass. We are inspiring.
Elon Musk is inspiring other nations.
He is. And you know the crazy thing about Elon Musk is, like with his Tesla, I didn't know this, but he puts his blueprints out so any company can look at it. Did you know that?
I did not know
He don't care. He said, I ain't gonna hide.
He's a straight up dude,
Straight up dude. I wish we could talk to Elon.
Man, Elon, come on, get on my podcast.
Come on, Elon, bro. You seem like a cool dude, bro. Come on. We need some help.
This MindFaction, man, it's made for you.
It's made for him. But yeah.
Doesn't he believe in capitalism? I mean, no, I'm
this is a capitalist country, bro. Where you at living? You believe in socialism?
I hope not.
He's over just
you roll your Biden loving ass up out of here.
I look at Garrett. He's just looking at me like
I'm over like
this dude just say that.
Well, we know what you mean.
I got you. I'm just
which you know, Elon's not even from America originally. He's from Africa, and a lot of people probably don't know that. But
he moved to Canada though.
He did.
He grew up in Canada.
Did you hear about him selling all his properties and stuff? He's renting a house.
Why would he? Why? I would live in my factory.
Yeah, it's like he the way he kind of explained it made sense. Like it level heads him.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't get rid of all of his stuff, but he's like, man, material stuff.
He's keeping it real.
He is. It's almost like he's trying to humble himself more.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I was going to say.
I respected him in a way for that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have made that move.
I'll tell you what, he didn't let humble him. That hairline. He fixed that hairline up.
He did.
He didn't let that humble him.
He busted out that LeBron James style.
Man, hey, that's some good stuff. LeBron needs some help with that too.
In the movie he's looking okay, but he's a terrible actor.
Hey, you wait, man. When they've got something coming up, like some type of promotion, or this like that movie, or whatever the case is, and that hairline's on point, dude.
Every time,
looking like he was drawn with a Sharpie.
I bet it probably was.
You get about halfway through the basketball season, it's looking like
sweating, it's running. He's not so stressed out he done lost it again.
It's not Carlos Boozer bad, but it's bad.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, LeBron, man. I'll lose mine too.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's all good. I don't know. We brought us some pretty good topics so far, and that really blows my mind about the submarine deal because I don't know, man. It seems like everybody's gunning for America now. They just want to see us fall. They really do.
Yeah, it's just like you said, the haters, man. I mean, if you're doing good, you're gonna have haters, no matter what.
I can understand where France is talking about they feel a little stepped on, but
what were we supposed to do in that situation? We're supposed to step back and go, you know what, this isn't right, Australia. You need to go rebuild that.
Yeah, okay, Australia.
Reestablish that contract.
So you two are one of my most creative friends.
Right.
We can agree.
Yeah.
Okay. If I come to you guys and I had an idea, and let's say, I come to you and I'm like, man, I kind of like Kilb's idea better.
Right.
You gonna be mad at Kilb?
No, because you're supposed to be happy for people.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that also goes back to just being like around here. Like you'll see some people, you'll get like, you got a new truck. I love it.
Oh yeah.
But you'll have some friends that hate on that.
Oh no.
They don't want to see you do good. Yeah. And why is that?
Because you're doing better than them.
That's petty to me. I was not raised. I didn't have a lot growing up. So man, I love seeing people get what they need.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
I think the people who were the most humbled in life are the ones who would truly be happy for others, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because whenever they achieve what they want in life, when they reach their goals, they want people to be happy for them, just like they're happy for everyone else.
Exactly. That's like with us, not tooting our own horn, but we try to do some innovative stuff here. We try to do the paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Filming. Now the podcast, I mean, we try to do stuff like it. It seems like sometimes people don't, I don't know.
They hate,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But I kind of like it.
They hate behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right. We walk by y'all's like crickets. We don't hear nothing.
Well, I mean, if you look at our history as friends, we hate on each other for fun, like with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talk shit.
Oh,
That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, man.
We can have a whole roast session in MindFaction.
We might have touched on this either last episode or the first episode, but like how the generations are different.
Yeah, we do.
You notice how like people can't like this younger generation. They when they hate on each other, they actually get legitimately
They get butthurt bad, bro.
Like we will first straight roast each other. Man.
I seen that post you put on Facebook. I know it was referring to me, but it was indirect. You know, but I know.
But that will be a Facebook status, not directly to them, like a phone call or face to face. It'll be like a post.
Yeah, and then when they see them out at like the dollar store, they're like, hey, how you been doing?
Hey, man.
No, that post wasn't about you.
Oh man,
exactly.
I'm sorry, man. Look, hey, I was just on some other shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but I was just having a bad day.
Profanity. Anyways,
test levels are lower around the board.
Anyways, man, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see. We're trying to do some video, and if it works out like we want, we will post a video of this podcast. We got a badass sticker. Shout out to Amy Wilson for hooking us over the sticker.
Yep.
The MindFaction Podcast sticker. So what we want to talk about now? We got so many subjects, man.
Yeah, man. So, you know, might want to just jump right into some fun facts.
Let's do it, bro.
Set it up.
You guys know what time it is.
It's time for fun facts with the bros.
With the bros, man. So, fun facts. I got a few here. Okay. Kind of on some nerdy stuff, but I like biology and I like nature. I mean, I do. I like watching stuff like that.
Yeah.
To date that they know of, scientists, there's only one animal that is biologically immortal, and that is a small jellyfish. Kind of blowed my mind.
That's insane.
And what it does when it gets to the end of its life cycle, I guess as it ages, it reverts back to being younger somehow. Something in its DNA will...
The Benjamin Button effect.
Yeah, exactly. And
so it regenerates.
I mean, you can kill it. Like you could kill it, but biologically, if you leave it alone, they say it's immortal.
So what happens? Why are we not overpopulated with small jellyfish?
Well, these are just in a certain region.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? There's just, I think it's around the Mediterranean Sea.
It's like once they start to migrate outside of that, their normal ecosystem, they'll kill them.
Yeah, they're predators. I'm sure predators eat them and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
It keeps them in check, you know. But I thought that was a pretty cool little fact, you know.
So, I mean, it's like they physically just don't age, or that they can regenerate themselves.
Yeah, like they can revert and bring back the younger.
You know, that makes sense, though. You got to think like water, being surrounded in water your entire, because they never come on land. They never come out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to think when you're surrounded in that all the time.
It's like a cushion, like a bubble.
It's like a bubble.
Yep.
And it
That's
keeps
pretty
you in that perfect environment.
You know, jellyfish are a really weird species anyways, because, I mean, look at them. I mean, they really don't have no bone structure.
Now, their tentacles, do they actually like zap you? Do they
They do have
possess
stingers.
electricity?
They have stingers, yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't emit any.
No, not electrical shock as far as I know. The only thing that emits electrical shock is electric eel, which they do have. So I've seen like shows test how many volts they put out. It's pretty crazy.
So what if there was a showdown between a stingray, a eel, and a jellyfish? Dude. Put them in the Thunderdome.
Let's get it.
The liquid Thunderdome.
Gladiator time.
Who you got? I got to go with the Steve Irwin assassin.
That's what I was thinking, man. I gotta go Steve Irwin.
Steve was a cool
Steve's a good dude. Shout out to
man.
Steve, man. I didn't mean that negatively.
No, I used to love watching his
Dude,
shows. I still do
that was
sometimes.
my childhood, bro.
Steve was such a happy. Goes back to haters. Steve would have loved to see anybody do good. I feel just seeing him on camera, you know. And
I mean, dude, like look at his kids, dude.
Yeah, they're following his footsteps.
Awesome, yeah.
He would love that.
You know, there's not many people in the world that that you've never met them before, but you know if you brought them around, I could hang with them all day.
And he was one.
Yeah. Steve's one of them dudes.
Man, he was one. I thought that was cool. Do you guys have any facts? You got any facts you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. So I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but the world's quietest room is actually located at Microsoft's headquarters in Washington State.
The quietest room.
The quietest room in the world.
So they designed this room to be that way for
They
what
actually
purpose?
designed this room on purpose to break the Guinness World Record.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's pretty neat.
The lab room measures a background noise of negative 20.35 decibels, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing. because the threshold of human hearing is essentially zero decibels.
Right, makes sense.
So in comparison, the average quiet room is about 10 to 20 decibels because you're going to hear, like just mild background noise.
So it's 40 points lower.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. So what you think when you're sitting in a completely silent room, what you think is silent,
it's not
actually
silent.
about 40 decibels louder than the quietest room in the world.
You would probably go apeshit crazy in there.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have some of the information. After about 30 minutes of sitting in complete darkness in this room, after hearing the pounding of your heart, you'll be able to hear your blood flow through your blood vessels.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll actually begin to hallucinate and lose your mind.
When are we taking a trip?
No kidding.
Literally, you'll be tripping.
Awesome.
When are we taking the trip?
You'll take more than one trip. So imagine, like, what if you got high, got in this room? What if you were like totally normal though? What if it had the reverse effect and you was completely sane?
That'd be wild.
They said astronauts actually can withstand this silence longer than the normal human being because they're so used to it.
Space.
Being in space.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
true.
Never thought about that one.
I can see that.
Pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it just throws off our perceptual cues that enable us to balance and maneuver and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to see different things. Your mind starts to create things and
Start hallucinating.
yeah, it's
Delusional.
it's insane.
Man, I never would have thought that.
Yeah,
I got one too. This is a little different. Scientists say that tears tell you the reason for someone crying.
really.
They say if the first tear comes from the right eye, it is tears of joy. Otherwise, it's because of pain.
So if it comes from your left eye first,
It's from pain.
it's from pain. But if it comes from your right eye,
I mean, I've never, maybe you guys out there, if you maybe you can figure that out, but I've never tried that. I mean,
you ever know some people draw eyes and they draw like tears?
Yeah.
They draw it coming from the outside of the eye when actually the tear always comes from inside, around where the nerve is.
yep.
Isn't that kind of weird? You ever notice that?
Yeah.
A lot of people draw teardrops from the outside of the eye.
Right.
Never comes from there.
I never thought about that, but I thought it was a different fact.
Yeah.
I got a few. A few tonight.
I did not, because I didn't know we were doing this.
Right.
It's okay. Hey,
No.
you're kind of like the wingman.
Yeah, I'm the moderator.
the moderator.
The moderator left.
All right, what else you got, man? Hit us with some more.
Oh, now check this out. Okay, Thomas Edison. We know who that is. A lot of people think Thomas Edison actually invented a light bulb, which he did not. But
Yep,
what
I
he
know
did do was redesign it to make it a longer lasting.
Yeah, perfected it.
He did actually create the phonograph, which is pretty cool. But check this out. He did a lot of other innovative things too. But he obtained 300 patents, one for every 5 days for a 4-year period.
Wow.
300 patents. So every 5 days he would get a patent on something for 4 years straight. That kind of blew my mind. Like I was like, that's a lot of damn patents, like.
Dude, the paperwork on a patent is
I mean, back then I don't know, but
I'd still say it was crazy.
he obviously was one of the greatest inventors ever, or at least he revised some
mean-
things and made them better.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that was kind of a different one.
I don't want to get into the argument about who was better between him and Tesla, but
Wow, yeah.
I think both of them are very.
Tesla was very innovative.
So I got some pretty crazy fact here. So America's highest wind speed ever was recorded at the summit of Mount Washington in 1934. And it was 231 miles per hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well,
231.
How did they
fly a
measure
kite in that one.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how you would actually measure that. Maybe
They had to have one of those, what do they call them, a wind, like a vein?
Yeah.
A wind vein.
Yeah, but
somehow you like attach.
that long ago, just a portable.
What year was that?
1934.
I don't know. It could have been windsock somehow, the measurements, but that's pretty wild. Now, my woman read this fact this morning. She told me a prison study has shown COVID-19 can still spread amongst a group that is fully vaccinated.
Yeah. Really?
So in a cell block, all these guys have been fully vaccinated and COVID-19 is still spreading around. I know we talked about COVID-19 on the last one, but that's very prominent. But I thought that was odd. I everybody talks about the vaccine and stuff, that's your opinion. If you want to take it, if not.
I'm pro-choice. I'm not pro or anti-vaccine.
Right, that's me. I think it should be up to you.
Yeah.
All right.
But that was different. I was like, well, okay.
So I got one right here.
Okay.
McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli.
What kind of
Bubble
weird
gum. Have you ever tried the bubblegum flavored
Wow.
grapes?
No.
cotton
Really?
candy? Cotton candy grapes.
Cotton candy.
Man, they're amazing.
That's it.
Gosh, they're so good, bro.
Didn't they do that with apples as well?
I think they did. I haven't tried those, but the cotton candy grapes are only a certain time of year. And I think it's around this time of year, actually.
It was an attempt to get kids to eat healthier, and it did not go over that well.
Yeah, really. Crazy fun facts for you guys tonight.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
I don't know if I got anything else or not, really. I didn't have much time to study, guys, and really plan this, so,
You should have paid Kevin Gates facts at the beginning of this.
What?
Kevin Gates.
Oh,
facts.
yeah, I knew. I went over my head, sorry. But, yeah, like, I like the fun facts thing, man. You learn a lot of things from that.
you really do. I mean,
I got another one. Actually, I do got another one. Check this out. To have your picture taken by the very first camera, you would have had to sit amazingly still for 8 hours.
really?
Now do what?
Okay, the first camera designed.
Yeah.
To get a good picture, you would have to sit still for 8 hours while that camera's taking a picture. I guess like a long exposure, kind of like the new cameras. You can set the exposure.
So there was a lot of landscape pictures.
I would say, remember at one time with 40 Paranormal, we was trying to take those pictures and we all stood still and my ass was like blurry every time. Everybody else was clear. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, we set the time.
Yeah. We did a long
timer.
exposure because we was doing nighttime pictures.
Yeah.
Speaking of photography,
Yeah. So
we'll give us a shout out.
me and my girlfriend, shout out to Shayna. We we went and had her photos taken. Anna Smith Photography, guys, go check that out if you haven't. She's great. Just she's doing awesome things right now, and she said that her TikTok page has been taken off, and she's had a lot of traffic.
I've seen a lot of her pictures posted, on Facebook and whatnot, just scrolling through, what I mean, and seen her tag, and that's good. I'm glad she's doing good.
I just want to throw a plug in there for her, because she just did an awesome job, super professional. She's doing awesome, doing great things. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I with the the photography stuff, it just happened to roll in there.
Right.
Also, speaking of plugs, last podcast we talked about haunted houses. Me and you would visit, me and Josh and Kill, and I wanted to give a shout out to Black Cat.
Yeah.
Down on Main Street, known out of Tennessee. I told Kilb, about their haunted house, and really around here we've had some decent haunted houses, but we're like real big critics of that.
Yeah.
We love Halloween. We love all the haunted stuff, and we're really picky.
Yeah.
And I told Kilb, I was like, man, I think you'll be really impressed when you check their haunted house out.
Mm-hmm. I've never been through there.
Never been through there, and he was like, bro,
yeah,
you told me. He
was
like,
legit.
They did a great job.
I mean, they took this old building, man, the way they constructed it into this maze. You go through it. They have a bunch of different themes in these rooms. The actors and actresses were amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, they just do an awesome job. They really bring that energy.
They do.
You could tell they put in a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of time into creating this. And man, night after night, they just kill it. So shout out to Black Cat.
Black Cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do they touch you?
Now they did do last year where they could slightly. You'd have to it was a thing you had to wear around your neck. I think it was a glow stick or something.
Nothing to the point where you never have to sign a waiver for any of that.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. But no, they just might touch your legs or coming through or something.
Yeah.
They threw a little bit of fluid on us too. Me and Joe went through there. But hey, they do a great job. So shout out Black Cat.
Yeah, the Scaregrounds in Nicholasville.
They did great.
Was great. Go hit that up if you can this year. We've been to the Houstonville.
Houstonville does good.
Oh yeah,
man.
Houstonville, Kentucky.
Me and you went. Hey, Houstonville was cool.
I wasn't impressed with Houstonville.
I mean, I don't know when you went, but we was.
I went. Man, it might have just been the night.
But let me stop you there. We went to the one where they can touch you.
Yeah, I did too.
Kidnap you and stuff.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay,
but it might have just been the night. So I'd had my nose broke the night before.
Oh well.
And I told him, I said, which it could have been just like the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes I was there, it could have been it. So I had my nose broke, and I told the guy at the front door, I said, "Listen, man, I've got a broke nose. Anyone touches my nose, shit's gonna go south." You know what I mean?
You're gonna whoop my ass again. You're gonna double break it.
So he took me back. First fucking person dude grabs my nose, and I guess that just put me in a bad mood. It just put me in a bad mood. But I mean, even going through with me not being in a bad mood, looking back, I was not impressed. So they had a person that did great. Did you go in the room? It's a chain link fence. That comes out with a chainsaw.
Hold on. Did you go to where they had like a metal building to itself, or did you go to the old downtown spot?
Metal
that burnt
building by itself.
Okay, that's where we went to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was.
So
I think they did great.
So did you,
I
did
did
you go
weird.
in the room with the chain link fence? And
I
the
can't remember.
The little girl comes around with a chainsaw, like grinding it on the chain link.
I don't remember
They
that.
set up
So-
a little bit differently.
so when
we were the first night of the season.
So
Yep.
when I went in that
Yeah,
room,
so-
the girl couldn't get her chainsaw started, and
Did you prime it for her?
she asked me to start it for
Choke
the next
it.
people coming through. So I primed the chainsaw and started it. And
What was it, the Husqvarna or what?
I want to say it might have been an old Husqvarna, actually. It was,
Well.
It was
Yeah.
that Walmart Heart brand,
it was an old orange.
She
Star.
came out with a battery powered one.
20 volts.
Yeah.
She came out with a weed eater.
You know, they do
Well,
make those
electric
chainsaws
weed.
that have the electric start that you just push in, and it's like an electric drill at times.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they should have got her.
But long story short, I thought Houstonville did good. Black Cat, if you guys are around this area, I mean, you can even travel to Black Cat. I really think a lot of people will be impressed because of the way they set it up. Shout out to them once again. We're plugging some people in that we think deserve a little recognition.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out Black Cat. Like Kilb said, check out the photography and see what you guys think.
So I think it's time to move on to a topic that you were touching on. You wanted to talk about it last week. Law of attraction.
Law of attraction. Okay, law of attraction. Some people know what it is. A lot of people don't. Basically, what law of attraction is that what you put out, you attract. So if you're putting out negative thoughts, if you're always in a bad mood, if you're always down on yourself, if you're always just negative will return. Everybody, they say, all the scientists say everybody has an aura around them, an energy that we project, a vibration, a frequency. I've looked into the law of attraction some, and you guys tell me if you wake up in the morning and say today's gonna be a shitty ass day, what's it gonna be? 9 out of 10 times, if you got that mind state straight out the gate,
Guess what you're going to be looking for? Anything that's going to be pissing you off.
yes. So what I'm saying is I believe law of attraction is a real thing.
Yep.
Myself,
So
what do you
on-
feel about it?
Well, Wikipedia I'll actually give you the exact terminology for it. It says that the belief is based on the ideas that people and their thoughts are made from pure energy, and that a process of like energy attracting like energy exists through which a person can improve their health, wealth, and personal relationships.
That makes sense.
So,
I mean, if somebody's in a bad mood all the time, what kind of life is that going to be?
so it's basically like if whatever energy that you're putting out in the
project,
world,
yeah.
you're going to attract that energy.
I believe that 100%. I really do. This year my life's changed a lot. Not even with just my dad passing, that's really hit me hard, but it was weird. Like it was like I was changing, I am getting a little older in life, but I started reading books. I've never done that since school.
Right.
This is weird too. Like I've always had a green thumb. My dad always kept plants around the house, and kept the landscape up. Well, I've never had indoor plants really. Now my whole bottom room, my historical room, my study room is full of plants. I mean, it was like I changed. And, I was trying to, and what this goes to with the law of attraction, I was trying to mold my mind to be more positive all the time as far as trying to excel in life. You know what I'm saying? Like open your mind up. That's what MindFaction's about.
Well, we kind of talked about this amongst ourselves the other day, off the air per se. Like if you wake up and you're thinking about making money,
Yeah.
you are going, everything that you look at in your life, you're going to look at it from a financial standpoint. How can I make money on this? What can I do to make money? Yeah. So that's kind of like how that works in a sense.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about positivity and being happy when something, happens to you that you typically would blow up about, and you're like, what, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to be a positive person. You did that because you were thinking about trying to be a more positive person. So
yeah,
it's not so much about the energy, it's about the mindset.
The mindset. And yeah, you're right. Because the scientists don't figure it out. The mind is a super powerful thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A situation is only as bad as you perceive it to be.
Almost
or
like
as
consciousness.
good, or as good as you perceive it to be.
Exactly. Like consciousness.
So for anybody who, wants to try to look into this a little more,
Look into it,
or
guys.
they want to practice the law of attraction, the law of attraction advocates generally that you combine cognitive reframing techniques with affirmations, and you create visualization to replace limiting or self-destructive or negative thoughts with more empowered, adaptive, positive ones.
That could change your whole lifestyle,
It really
your
can.
whole day. I mean, we've all woke up with those days where like, man, this shit sucks. Like everything's going wrong. The other day I had one of those days, Monday.
Yeah.
And everybody's always thinking Monday's the worst day.
Monday was rough, wasn't it?
It was for me. Maybe it was just an energy around this area.
Man, I'm
but
not lying to you guys.
Did you have a bad Monday?
Monday is my Thursday at work.
Okay.
Typically, it's not that bad of a day for me. Usually your Friday, man, you're tired. Your work week is built up on you.
Definitely.
Okay, well, the way my work week is laid out right now, Monday's my Thursday. It was rough, man.
So that's kind of weird.
Not really sure why. I woke up, was trying to get out the door.
Maybe
Realized
it was one of us, and we're just so close.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, but
fine.
we didn't have any like direct
Fine, then, I was
contact.
just- yeah,
Right.
but
Go ahead,
mine's
Q.
powerful.
But anyway, I was trying to give you a little layout of my day, how it started. So I get up, I'm running a little bit late, a little later
Mm-hmm.
than usual. I get out the door. Guess what? It's garbage day. Garbage ain't took out yet, so I'm dragging the garbage cans out. I'm trying to hurry up.
Yep.
I get to work, man. It's like hot and humid inside the unit. For those of you that don't know, I'm a correctional officer, so.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just. Then there was just a lot going on. I'm not going to get into it.
Other
in depth,
small
but it was just a
details.
really, really busy day.
Mine was the same.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just sitting there thinking like, man, you're just tired, you're exhausted by the end of the day. But it's all about how you perceive it. I think you can turn it around if you kind of have that positive mindset.
Yep. And this goes back to the law of attraction, guys. For you that don't know about the law of attraction, I think a lot of people should look into that. With us being very open-minded here at MindFaction, that's what this whole thing's based around. It's unlocking your mind, improving your mind. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we just love discussing all these topics. But
Yeah, we just like promoting positivity.
definitely.
That's something we want to do. We want people to be inspired. We touched on that earlier about the name of that spacecraft, just to go back to that for a second, the inspiration.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that.
That's right.
We're all about inspiring people, trying to give good vibes, and that's
Exactly,
something
good vibes,
we
man.
kind of changed in that sense too. Because
We have.
several years ago, not that we've been negative people, but we've become more adept to trying to promote people, to build people, to inspire
Yeah,
people, to motivate
exactly.
people. Because I want to see everybody do better, man.
I do too.
I think collectively, all of us can say we've had negative times. We've had
Oh,
positive
everybody.
times.
We're human.
Absolutely.
We're
Yeah,
human.
Everyone has.
So anybody out there that's going through those times, man, hey, maybe you should look into the law of attraction. I mean, we all go through rough times, guys, So mentally, I've been in a lot of bad places before. We all have. I mean, we all go
100%.
through trials and tribulations in life. And who's to say that the law of attraction might not help you come out of that?
Yeah. So just try to adopt this routine.
Yeah.
Wake up
Meditate
every
if you
morning.
want.
And we always kind of touch on religion a little bit,
Definitely.
And I always feel like when you wake up every morning and you're thankful for the blessings that's been bestowed upon you.
100%.
When that crosses your mind in the morning, that you're thankful to have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
You're thankful to have food and water to eat and drink it on your table.
The little
clothes on
things.
your back. Immediately you're more positive, right? Because you're like, man, look how many people in the world don't have these blessings.
Look at people in the hospitals dying, would love to have your moment in life.
It humbles you.
And the law of attraction, man, I really think it's a huge thing, and I think people should study into it more.
But you have to retrain
Quantum
yourself.
physics, stuff
and
like
I'm
that.
talking about myself right here, man. You got to retrain yourself.
You have to.
Got to be better. You got to always improve.
You got to almost step out of your comfort zone because it's different, and just push your mind, guys. That's what we want to see y'all do.
Yeah.
Push your mind.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I could talk about law of attraction about all night, or metaphysical things, and then quantum physics and
Law of attraction
mental-
applies to many different things, even with relationships and stuff, because that's where a lot of people go to is how, sexually attracted to each
Right.
other from a hormonal.
Physically, yeah.
Physically.
That's nature.
Mentally.
Yep.
Socially. There's
different-
there's so many ways to apply the law of attraction.
And, that can go with like we said on the business tip too. It's just all about exploring your mind and it's pushing yourself. And
Yeah.
no matter how hardcore we study law of attraction or how we try to better ourselves, there will be those days that break us down. There's peaks and valleys in life. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in them valleys, you appreciate them peaks a lot more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And for anybody out there right now that's kind of feeling down, it's having some pretty negative thoughts, reach out to us, man.
Yeah, reach out.
Hit
you
us
can-
up.
yeah,
Hit us
hit
up
us
on our
up.
social media. Just messages.
Vent to us. It's
We've
fine,
been
man.
there.
We've
Yeah,
been
we
there.
know.
Hey, I'll talk to anybody, man. I'd
That's
rather
right.
you come and talk to me than
Or make a bad decision that you may not be able to come back from.
Yep. So
Yep.
time
You know
to
what?
move on.
We're gonna wrap that up, guys. We can talk about it forever, but I think it's time for our. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
You know
it's
what
5
time it
minutes of
is.
murder mystery time.
It is going down. Yep. So, on the roster tonight, a murder mystery.
Garrett and I kind of tossed some ideas back and forth. Of course, we're going to cover a lot of different, murder mysteries over the course of this podcast.
A lot of subjects. Yes.
So, but for the second one that we're going to do
it's
here,
only right.
we're going to touch on none other than the
Zodiac Killer.
So the Zodiac Killer, otherwise known simply as the Zodiac, is a nickname given to actually, he gave himself that nickname, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
He's a serial killer who operated in Northern California in the late 60s. He began sending coded messages taunting police to various newspapers. Very soon after his first murder, he signed these letters with a circle with a plus sign over it, which became his symbol that he was known by. He infamously sent...
My bad.
No,
I was trying to mute old creaky chair over here.
You're good, bro.
You're the one who told me to grab this chair. So.
He infamously,
Yeah.
my God, I can't
You
even
act
say
like me now, bro.
Yeah,
all good.
sent a cipher that said that this is the Zodiac speaking. By the way, have you cracked the latest cipher I sent you? My name is, and it was followed by 13 symbols that were supposed to be his name encoded.
Yeah.
To this day, they
never cracked it. You know, I think it was a couple years ago they cracked one of them.
They did.
And here, did you see what it said? Here's what it said. It said, "I hope you're having lots of fun trying to catch me. That wasn't me on that TV show, which we will let you guys hear this audio excerpt." Is that what you said right there? Excerpt from that TV show in a second. But he says, "I hope you're having a lot of fun trying to catch me. That wasn't me on that TV show," which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise. That's pretty crazy.
He actually misspelled paradise.
Yeah, he did. He did. And victims.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so, and he also says, "That will send me to paradise all the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me, where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise, so they are afraid of death. I am not afraid because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise, death." Like, that's just weird.
So he's a seemingly very intelligent guy.
Obviously, the codes and stuff.
He knew topography very well, which is like the study of maps. Yeah, and
maps.
It was maps, like terrain. There was a way that they found out that he seemed very educated in that.
Yeah,
he's obviously very educated in encoding and
put some
symbols.
Scary music on. What you think?
Yeah, hit us. Let's do it. Set the vibe.
Set the vibe.
There we go.
Zodiac killer.
That's some fourth dimension level.
I did make this. I produced this, guys.
There we go. So we're going to hit y'all with some facts right before we let you guys hear who the Zodiac apparently claimed wasn't him on the TV show.
That's what he says in this excerpt here in this little deciphered code.
Yeah. So, but apparently, the Zodiac, he only had to confirm 5 people that he killed, but he claimed himself to have murdered 37 people
altogether. 37,
yeah, and was linked to several other cold cases as well. So,
you know what blows my mind about the Zodiac killer? Did you just hang out in these weird spots that people go to get it on or something, and you just gonna kill some people?
He killed couples.
Yeah, that was his main source.
You think maybe he was just a hater because he couldn't get a chick?
There were some kids in there though too.
Yeah,
what?
I'm pretty sure there's some kids
No,
in there.
I don't think so.
One of his survivors,
maybe kids in the sense of a teen.
No, one of his survivors escaped with her daughter. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know about that part.
She ran into a police station with her daughter and was like, that guy kidnapped me.
Yeah, there was 2 people that survived, I believe.
There was. So there was one person that got away and then 2 survivors. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. My bad.
I don't know. But anyways, go ahead, Kill.
Okay, apparently he claimed to be collecting his victims to be slaves in the afterlife.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, this guy definitely had, any murderer, any homicidal maniac, and especially a guy to this level is going to have mental issues, but man, he's on some other shit.
He's on some other level shit.
Yeah.
The FBI has confirmed that the group indeed decrypted that message and that there's 2 other ciphers remaining unsolved, which is the one with his name, supposedly. The 13, was it 13 characters?
Yeah, 13 characters.
Man, I'd like to know what that is.
And, that's...
I would say, do you think he's still alive physically? Because I heard that one of the suspects died.
Wasn't that Arthur Lee Allen?
I think so.
Yeah.
But with the Arthur Lee Allen guy, Don Chaney was Arthur Lee Allen's friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people think that Don Chaney was him.
Might have been.
And the reason I've seen that is because he wrote a note. Okay, I found a letter. It said Chaney's letter below in reference to someone at Villaggio Medical Clinic who had died with Allen in the room. No foul play was ever suspected. But in this letter he wrote, the note he wrote, Chaney had great spelling, but somehow misspelled the word victim.
Just like it was in the encryption.
The encryption. So, what's up with that?
Yeah.
It's almost like he tried to put the blame on the other guy.
Police actually dismissed Allen for a couple reasons. Number one, because his description didn't fit the drawings of some of the witnesses who
kind of a fit
supposedly
guy.
seen the Zodiac, exactly, and because of his handwriting sample. But what's weird is, you think out of everybody that would have your back, your family's got your back.
Right.
For the most part. Most people would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some bad blood, but still, 9 out of 10 times.
Right. And Alan's family actually stepped forward and said that they actually had good belief to think that he was the Zodiac.
What did he die from? Did you ever see?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, that's Cheney's letter was below. It was in reference to somebody at the Vallejo Medical Clinic who died in Alan's room.
Did you know that, unfortunately, that obviously all the signs of the Zodiac vanished after 1974? He was never caught, as we're saying.
It's like he quit.
Did you know that the California Department of Justice has maintained an open case file on him since '69?
Wow.
So it's still open to this day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, I did hear that they did think they collected some DNA off a stamp or a letter.
That he sent in?
And they're actually, it was sent in, and the results have not been recovered yet.
Yeah, so it's inconclusive.
This year. It was sent off at June?
Man, they just think they're finding evidence on a stamp from the early 70s.
And when that comes back, they may be able to cross-reference that to somebody in the database, and we may know who the Zodiac Killer is. So, but still at this moment, it is definitely a huge murder mystery.
More recently, there's a man named Earl Van Best Jr., who was accused by his son in a tell-all book called The Most Dangerous Animal of All.
Wow.
So I don't know the full details on that. Couldn't really find a whole lot on that, but actually that was the most recent. And then, of course, the one that everyone thinks is funny is Ted Cruz.
I didn't hear about that.
Former presidential candidate.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
He wasn't even alive then.
He was 2 years old.
Yeah, he was barely alive. Barely alive, whatever
when he
that
first
means.
killed somebody, yeah. He was 2 years old.
He rolled up that pacifier and choked him out.
I think they said that did a poll in Florida, and 38% of the people voted that they believed that he was the Zodiac.
Are you serious?
That's serious.
Yeah, that's like that poll in New
What is
York
going
where
on?
they thought milk come from chickens and eggs come from cows. In New York
I have
City,
never
they did a
heard that in
poll.
my life.
Yeah, they did a poll at a public school.
But they're trolling.
They better be trolling.
These people are trolling, man. It's like when people vote, they use these statistics like this is what they really believe. No, man. If you said, what did you do as a kid? You remember those little testers you'll be anonymous. Your name doesn't have to.
Yeah.
You would just put the goofiest crap.
Oh, yeah,
you think
man.
your teacher?
Why not?
You think your teacher is doing a great job, and you put strongly disagree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
And they're doing their best.
Yeah, but the Zodiac Killer is crazy to me. What about them other victims? I wonder where them other 32 victims come from,
right?
Or
what
was ever found? They found?
So that's just as crazy as
and
not
this was
knowing.
in 2 counties in California, right?
Yeah,
most of what was going on.
And there was actually some also linked to Southern California as well.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was linked to some.
Which some people said there were some copycat killers and stuff.
Some people
too.
linked it to the Manson family. And if you're a copycat killer, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
No,
unless there was a definitive
right.
way.
Oh, speaking of the excerpt, let's play the audio for him.
Let's play the audio.
Okay, so this audio clip we're about to play, I'm going to play some more scary music with it. But this audio clip that we're about to play is where the supposed Zodiac Killer called in to a live network, I'm guessing.
A live TV show.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and cue this in and see if we can play it for you guys. Let's see.
Tell him what you're feeling or talk to us. Just
The audio's not the best, but
inside you right now, Sam, please.
I have headache.
All right. How long have you had those headaches, Sam? In a long time?
Since I killed a kid.
If it all boils down to the question of you're giving yourself up, if you could be assured that you wouldn't get capital punishment for myself.
I want to give myself up. I want to kill those kids.
And then right there, he immediately hung the phone up in anger.
Right.
So, I mean that may or may not have
he's
been.
got a headache. I mean, I could have got him some ibuprofen or something.
This guy absolutely sounded like he did have mental instability.
He was distraught.
Regardless.
Sure.
What if this guy here actually did kill some people, actually did firmly believe he was the Zodiac?
He sounds like he has some mental issues, obviously.
But the original Zodiac, what if this guy had actually killed individuals?
Well, they suspect that the Zodiac Killer was actually 2 people. So there was an original Zodiac Killer and then a copycat.
Well, I mean, you know how that goes in history. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this has definitely been longer than 5 minutes of murder mystery, but it's pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Did you also see where the police was notified about something happening? They thought it was the description they got, the police officers got, was an African-American male. They technically had talked to the Zodiac killer in person 3 minutes after him shooting someone.
Wow.
And he stated that in a letter. He said the police officers spoke to me.
Wow.
But the police officers got the report it was a black male. So they thought nothing about actually speaking to this white male. Now, Zodiac killer was a decent sized guy. He was like 6'2", 200 pounds. He's pretty stocky build. But yeah, I seen that and I was like, man, they had him right there.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where some of that composite drawings come from.
Yeah. Well, what about some of the, the eyewitnesses and then all of the, the sketches that that wouldn't add it up at all.
No, I don't know if that was like really early in the case of the Zodiac killer to when they seen him or, what was going on. I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
You know what's crazy though? You would think that these police sketches from back in the day, 60s, 70s, 80s, you're like, man, how legitimate are these? Like, how could you really follow those and go, because they're like cartoons in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But think about all the guys that they caught. I mean, Ted Bundy's, Ted Kaczynski's, the Unabomber. Guys like this that they did, and they were spot on.
Spot on. It really was.
And that's crazy, man. As an artist, it's still hard to wrap your head because, I'm not like you, you do, obviously awesome tattoo artwork and you're talented in other, methods as well, like painting and all that. But still, I do some artwork myself.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to imagine sitting there. Of course, it's a whole other level. But
you're trying to recall those details?
Yeah, and then somebody sitting there saying, all right, he had a slender face, and me able to take the information.
That would take a while.
To bring that info into, and then put that on paper.
Erase it.
In a way that was... spot on with what they're trying to give me, with the details. And it's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
I couldn't even imagine sitting down with a sketch artist and trying to describe like one of you guys. Like, I don't think I could do it.
Well, I know what you said about me, like he's a sexy ass. No, I'm kidding. We can talk about that.
He's got that little 5 o'clock shadow. Got the beard.
I don't even want to say what I'd say on air.
You watch that.
Watch your profanity.
Anyways. But yeah.
He's at loss for words. Hit the window, shut down.
He'd be like real wide-faced, no hair.
No, that wouldn't be it.
No problem.
Anyways, but yeah, the Zodiac killer, guys, if you guys have not heard about that murder mystery, we really appreciate y'all looking into it, maybe giving us some feedback, what you guys think it may be. But you never know, that DNA may come back this year and we may have an update on this case in future podcast.
Yep.
I don't know.
Wrapping it up here at the end, guys. We usually try to hit you guys with maybe some movies, some upcoming movies that you guys might want to check out. So
that's right.
Here's one that I seen. It was on my radar. It actually doesn't come out for a little while, November 24th of this year. But Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yes.
I think the majority of us can say we played these video games as kids.
Hell yeah.
Loved them.
Loved them.
Scared me to death.
It was just like such a mystery. Man, it was just that feel it gave you.
It was a rush.
Silent Hill was the same way.
But you know what's crazy? As a kid, that rush that you got, to an extent, kind of felt like, when we go into an abandoned place.
Oh, or paranormal
especially a place that you're not supposed to be in, that that
adrenaline.
It's adrenaline, man.
Speaking of investigations, we're going to have to hook one up for too long, I think, man.
I think
4D Paranormal needs to come back.
4D Paranormal needs to come back.
We do. We've been busy in life. Yeah. And but the movie, I am overly excited to see that. Now, does that come out in theater, or will they have that on like maybe HBO Max, or how you can get the at home?
Yeah, I'm sure. Right now, it's like I said, as far as that goes, it's going to be on some streaming service. Good. I need to look that up, actually. But so Sony's going to reboot it. They're the ones who did the other ones.
Okay,
I wasn't too big on those. Some people might have loved them. I wasn't a huge fan because I thought more of like along the lines of the video games.
Yeah.
This one here is going to take place around the origins of Spencer Mansion in Raccoon City.
Nice.
From the game. I'm
pretty pumped.
It's supposed to reportedly take place around 1998,
nice.
Around the same time as the game. So, so they're kind of taking it back. They're going to, obviously this is going to appeal huge to the gaming community.
That's going to be dope.
I'm not a gamer anymore. I guess I'm more of a former retired.
Yeah, I never gamed a lot, but I respected it. Yeah. I had fun when I did a few times, but it sucked. I just sucked.
Yeah.
But I did play Silent Hill and Resident Evil. I was more one of those guys that liked the mind games, you had to really figure shit out.
What was that beta that me and you played? What was that called?
Dude, what was that on PlayStation that came out? What was that called?
It came out on the PS4.
And we went hard on that game at the old tattoo shop.
Yeah, all it was a beta. And you were like, you continually went through this these hallways over. No, it was a house.
It was a house, and you had to look at certain things, and it would change every time you come back through.
It was basically like a haunted house type thing,
Yeah.
and things would change and maneuver, and you tried to find puzzle pieces to unlock different parts of the house.
You know, I can't remember what it was called, but it was supposed to have been the new Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Is what the beta. It was like the the beta of that.
Man, that was awesome.
It was creepy as hell. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
That would have been a game that I would have spent hours just looking at the details.
Man, what was that? PT?
Yeah.
Was it PT?
I think it was called PT.
Yeah. If y'all have ever played PT out there, we downloaded a demo, and I heard it makes your PlayStation worth a lot more money when you have that on your hard drive because they took it off.
Yeah.
And what it was, the creators had some kind of spat with each other.
Yeah.
And decided not to do it, and they took the demo down. So if you already downloaded the demo, it made your PlayStation worth more money.
Right.
Yeah, I looked into
That kind of fell through. That would have been one of the greatest games.
You probably just skyrocketed the price of PlayStations with this game on it.
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, mine's got it on there.
Yeah, the PS5
Shit's hitting eBay tonight.
Talking about skyrocketing prices. Go look at the price of a new console.
But PT was a dope ass demo. The beta version was cool. I mean, we're alpha versions around here, but the beta version of that game was dope.
The alpha never made it on the scene, a lot like this new generation.
And did you know, like when did you beat, was you there? Yeah, I just went over my head. Sorry, guys. I'm all caught up. Now, was you there when I beat the demo?
No, I wasn't.
Who is the guy that's on Silent Hill that everybody likes? He was in Boondock Saints.
Norman Reedus?
Yes, he was at the end of that game. That's who you was.
Yeah, so the character was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on board to be that character in the game.
That was so dope, man.
And
when I beat that little demo. It took forever to beat that damn demo, too.
I bet.
It messed
we,
me. I mean,
imagine
we got to the part where you went to the basement, you got locked in, had to fight that. What was it?
What the hell was that?
I don't even know what it was.
It was
I
crazy.
think he had a pistol.
Look up PT. If y'all ain't played that, play that shit. But that was a really fun game. But yeah, it's badass. That movie's coming out. The new Halloween's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for it. But I would like to really check that Resident Evil out. Might have to bust out the old theater room if we have to stream it at home. If we can't get to a theater. And I got a theater room at my house we built. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a podcast in there one day.
Man,
We're laid back in the seats.
I'm looking forward to the future podcast, the immediate future. Hey, man, today's the first day of fall.
It is.
I mean, it's the best time of year right now.
It's like bittersweet for me, man. And not to bring it up a lot, but more. My dad passed. He loved this time of year too.
Yeah.
Like he always decorated mom and his house with some awesome.
dude,
You
I
never
remember
seen
that.
it.
I
He
remember
built
that.
caskets with skeletons coming out of them, man. He just loved Halloween.
Yeah, he loved it.
So I'm gonna kind of dedicate that part to my dad, man. I miss him. It's almost been 3 months.
Yeah.
So great man. And y'all didn't get to meet him. Maybe some of y'all have. But
Would have loved to have him on the podcast.
man, his mind was so.
You talk about a personality.
Oh, he had a strong.
Oh,
one.
man.
I feel so generic compared to his almost. You know, I could never be half the man.
And the knowledge that he possessed of just about a little bit of everything.
He did. He was a lot like us, just an older version, man. His mind was so open, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all go check those movies out when they come out also.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you everybody just hanging out with us, and this is our third podcast, and hopefully we have a whole lot more coming for you guys. And at the video, I'm looking at y'all.
Maybe
turn out
a
good.
little bit of video on YouTube for you guys. Give you something to look at, even though we're not too interactive with the video.
Right, we're not. We'll get better with this. You know, this is kind of new. This is our
just
third.
Bear with us.
Yeah, bear with us. This is
right now, we're just looking as far as episode 4.
4. Yeah.
You know, we're wrapping up 3 right now for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Looking forward to recording episode 4 for you all. Going to bring you all
Definitely.
a bunch more content.
Bunch more, man.
Gang signs at the camera every once in a while in episode 4.
Yeah.
You know, MindFaction, baby.
Be cleaning guns.
You know what's up. Yeah, you know what we're doing.
Keep it interesting.
That's right.
Hey, if you guys are down to do that, I've got a lot of guns that need cleaned.
I'll bring it on, bro.
All right.
They may want to say it.
Hey, we like some weapons. Maybe we can have a topic on certain new weapons coming out soon.
We might could.
You know,
We're just gonna keep it fresh for you guys.
We're gonna keep it fresh.
Man, toss ideas
I
around.
just popped 2 new ones, man. I love.
Yeah, we'll save that one.
Yeah.
Maybe for the new one. But anyways, like we said, our podcast is based around a large subject base, very open-minded, so we're down to discuss anything with you guys.
We'll be taking some callers here soon as well. So hit us up if you would like to call in and let your voice be heard, your story be heard.
Yeah, we're gonna start incorporating all that, having a few interviews with some people, hopefully coming up soon.
We'd love to have a conversation with just a multitude of different types of people. You know,
very diverse thinking people.
Keep it fresh and open.
And there might be a little debate. It may get heated sometimes, but that's what it's all about.
But that's all right.
That's what keeps it interesting.
It's all love.
It's all love at the end of the day. Well, guys, I think we're going to sign out and wrap this 3rd episode up.
All right. See you guys next week.
You know what time it is.